No, this isn't clickbait. This genuinely took me over 4,000 hours, and I've even got the screenshots to prove it. Because Fortnite Save the World is one of the grindiest platinums you could ever find out there on the PlayStation Store. No one has grinded this much since Tony Hawk first picked up a skateboard. I'm CammyG, and the behemoth that is the Fortnite Platinum took me 4,313 hours to achieve, spanning 3 platforms, 3 generations, 3 households, and seemingly 3 lifetimes. That's a lot of 3s. You know what they say though, right? Good things come in 3s? No, not in this case. Only in No Way Home's case. Why is it so grindy, you may ask? Well, it boils down to these trophies here. But before we dive deep into the trophies, I just want to look at the guide for this real quick. We're looking at a 3 out of 10 difficulty, which, at this point, let's be honest, is average. Most games are around 2 to 4 out of 10, even though 5 should be the average. Don't let me rant about this, because that could be an entire video on its own. Then we have the whopping 999 hours, which we will dive into later, as I think it may need more and they just can't display more than 999, you know, it's just a limiter. But to put that into perspective, you could watch Shrek 673 times with a few toilet breaks. That's a lot of Mike Myers. So, the Platinum is clearly a grind, and I challenge anyone to bring me a grindier Platinum, though I'm sure there is out there, but I doubt there's one as mainstream as Fortnite is. If you find one, it's likely an indie game made by some madman in a cave somewhere whose only goal in life is to torture trophy hunters, and I think I'd probably get Jack Black to play him in the movie, yeah. Now, for those grindy trophies, a little bit of background and lore into those. So first up with probably the grindiest one, build 500,000 structures. Yes, you read and heard that right. With each Fortnite Platinum, you could build Trump's wall 10 times over. Save 10,000 survivors? Again, you read that right. We're planning to colonise Mars, apparently. Someone get in touch with Matt Damon.
I colonized Mars.
Then we have 1,000 missions where we must play with others, as well as uncovering the entire map, because this is a Ubisoft game apparently. 1,000 missions, by the way, where they are on average about 15 minutes each, most 20. Takes about 15,000 minutes, or 250 hours, or 10.5 days. Again, think of how much Eddie Murphy you could enjoy with that time. Now, I know a lot of you will think those are rookie numbers. Keep it in your pants, Matthew McConaughey, but because that's just a fraction of what we need to do. See, play with others missions means not doing the objective to your own quests, which are needed as well, by the way. Let me just make a writer's note here to revisit those. Alright, cheers. So, those are the grindiest trophies, which will take up most of your time, but there's a few fun things you get to do, believe it or not, while going for this Platinum. One of them is actually subscribing to this channel. You know, if you're really enjoying the video, I put a lot of time and effort into editing, writing the script, getting all the footage, all of that stuff, and if you find it entertaining, then you'll probably find the rest of my videos entertaining. You know, we're doing a lot of Platinum type videos, so if that sounds like something you enjoy, then please do subscribe. Thank you. Some of the more simple trophies you will get as you learn the basics of the game and make your way through the very generic and semi-thought out questline. The questline is about as deep as the story in the first Transformers movie. V-Bucks are akin to Megan Fox, Battle Pass XP is Optimus, Bumblebee's parallel is unique Save the World skins, and the equivalent of Samuel James Witwicky is probably something like the X-ray tickets that you open the llamas with that are kind of useful in the beginning of the plot, but by the end you just wanted to see Megan Fox. The V-Bucks again. I meant the V-Bucks. Don't get me wrong, by the way. I am somewhat slating the game here because, well, let's be honest, it was some sort of just a PR project at the time to get awareness of the Unreal Engine out, and then they got the hype from Battle Royale, and the rest was history. Literally, like, you can find hundreds of hour-long videos on here about the history of it. Highly recommend, by the way, it's a great way to get off to sleep on a Sunday night. Anywho, the Save the World mode was sort of left behind then, and not in a Last of Us way, but more in a you're getting no updates and only some features Battle Royale gets about 6 months after they do, as well as the bugs, we won't fix those, that kind of way. Again, it's a super fun game, and I do genuinely recommend it to anyone. So if you're here because you like Fortnite Battle Royale, or you're just interested in gaming / trophies, then honestly give a look into it, please. I'm not sponsored, by the way. Good one. Have you seen my subscribers? Back on track though. In my writer's notes here, I can see that we need to talk about the quests. Yes, well, most of our trophies here are coming from simply working our way through the quest line. That is longer than the naughty list in Red 1. Decent film, by the way, I'd give it a go. Love seeing Chris Evans outside of Marvel. And they're just stuff like, you know, do 2 of these missions, do your Storm Shield defense. That actually makes a nice segue into one of the core pillars of the game, actually. How smart was I to include that in the script, huh? So your Storm Shield is like your home in Save the World. You start out in the little innocent family-friendly area that is Stonewood, where there's some lovely parks, swings, Durburger restaurants, fountains, you name it, it's the suburbs, baby. This is our little tutorial area with basic enemies, limited types, you know, no variants, simple missions and objectives. Basically, you're a child here, and you know, your hand is being held, but that's a good thing because there's a lot to cover. Once you do enough missions, you will head back to your home base, which is your own private little area where you can build whatever the hell you want. You do what you like, you live! But generally, you'll want to like build defences around it. You know, I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but like that's what all the cool kids are doing, so, you know, word. You begin with just the main Storm Shield here, which is one of the lost pyramids of Giza, so please do not tell the British Museum about this because, well, then you won't have it anymore. You'll need to defend this against waves of husks as you progress, and then unlock these amplifiers, which, you guessed it, amplify the Storm Shield to move it out further and further so you can build more. The Storm Shield defences get harder and harder, so your builds need to be better and better. I think I'm dangerously close to getting a copyright strike from Daft Punk here, but I'll just power through. This is where my channel sort of started, actually. I made guides on how to build for these. It's basically a tower defense game, but instead of being top down, you're like actually in the thick of it. Sorry, that song is cringe, but it just lined up so well. I genuinely think it is one of the best mechanics in games, like, ever. The complexity and variability of how you can build these and how they respond to enemies and everything, like, oh yeah, I could honestly make another video just on that, and who knows, maybe I will, maybe in the future. My video ideas backlog is growing faster than Pinocchio's nose when he said he went to see Sydney Sweeney film for the plot though, so, you know. At this point, we've done the straightforward trophies pretty much. Most of them come naturally with the story. The only ones I was missing were the grindy ones with some of the miscellaneous trophies. You know, there's one for completing a certain daily quest, which are random. So some people say they didn't get it for months, which that's RNG. That's something really nice. Yeah, gotta love those RNG trophies. Thankfully, I got that just as I was playing through the quest line, as when I was doing it, I wasn't rushing it.
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
Or even trophy hunting for that matter back then. I was just playing because I enjoyed it, back when I knew what that was, or felt like, yeah. So the only thing left to do now for me was the finish off the grindy trophies. 5 years after starting the game and getting the initial trophies. I matured a lot in that time, you know. I started playing it in early 2018, I actually graduated university in 2019. I got a car in 2019, got a job in 2019, met a girl in 2020, started dating in 2020, became boyfriend and girlfriend in 2020, got my first house in 2021, lived with my partner, got promotions, and then eventually got engaged, all in the time I went from my initial play of the game for the story trophies to actually going back and getting the platinum. That's how grindy Fortnite is. It's actually more grindy than life itself, and I'm sure I don't have to tell you guys how grindy life is. What was Epic Games thinking? Did they just actually think no one would play it, or try platinum it, and just thought, sure, make it 500,000 structures, 10,000 survivors, lol, it'll be funny to see some poor guy clocking off at 5 PM to then go grind for an arbitrary number of objectives in a game we're going to abandon. Lol, that would be banned. Sorry, just had to throw up and cry for a good half an hour there. I'm good. I'm good. Just gotta let it all out sometimes. Who needs a therapist when you have YouTube, eh, guys? Right. I promise we're getting there now. There's got to be some sort of poeticness to me having a grindy video on how grindy Fortnite is though. Like, don't think I didn't think that through. You saw the video length when you clicked this video. I can't hold you responsible. But yeah, the big five, as I shall have them go down in history. Build 500,000 structures, save 10,000 survivors, fully explore 1,500 zones, kill 20,000 mist monsters, and complete 1,000 play with others missions. These are all in successful missions, by the way, meaning if you fail, DC, whatever it might be, you know, crash. Yeah, DCing and crashing happens, by the way. Not recently though, but like when I first started out, yeah, it would happen. So just to add to an already grindy set of trophies, you must complete the missions. I feel like I should have just platted Peppa Pig instead and been done with it all. Yeah. When it came to getting these, I was now on PS5, and I did even play on some PC, so hence why I said the 3 generations, platforms, and 3 households, because I played at uni, my dad's house, and now where I live now. I wasn't lying to you. That's genuinely how crazy the plat is. So the time it took me was 2,699 hours on the PS4 version and 1,614 on the PS5 version, plus any remaining time on PC, but I don't know how to check that out and I can't be asked. Some of that was on Battle Royale and after I got the plat, but you know, it's just the numbers I can see now, so Okay, so Donald Trump's trophy of building 500,000 structures. Each structure uses 10 material of either wood, stone, or metal. I feel like I'm in a nursery rhyme with pigs here. So technically you need 5 million material. That number just got horribly large, didn't it? Just like me after high school. Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, you can hold up to 5,000 of each when you've leveled up fully. So that's 15,000 out of the 5 million. Maximum each mission. That's assuming you can somehow gain 15,000 material each mission, but you can't. You can't. But assuming you could, that would still require you placing down 1,500 structures each mission for 333 missions. That's a full 100 hours of just placing stuff down, and you're not going to be able to do much else in that time, right? Then, on top of that, we have to save the 10,000 survivors to send to another galaxy or something. I don't know, I don't pay attention to the law. You can get these in any mission, but there is a mission designed for it, where you can get up to 15, sometimes 16 survivors, meaning you need 666 missions for saving survivors. Again, you can't really do all these at once. I'm not the Flash. To be fair here, we can do all these while fully uncovering the map, which is a lot easier than uncovering GTA 5's map, I'll tell you that. So as long as we do that in every single mission we do, without fail, that's 500 hours worth of uncovering maps. If we focus on playing with others for 1,000 of those, you know, just a cheeky 1k, then we can get that trophy done, but we can't choose the mission type, so we can't focus on the 15 survivors each time, or the quest line, and this all being done placing and attaining new materials, by the way. I know, it hurts my head too. Finally, we have to kill 20,000 mist monsters, which might sound like a lot, but I actually got this one back in 2018, towards the end of the year, so after all the quest ones, so I don't know. I don't think it's as bad as the others. Maybe I was just proper John Wicking the mist monsters in 2018. Who knows? It kind of sounds like I'm saying 18, weird, 2018, I don't know. So for those last 4 grindy trophies, I actually got them all in early 2023, where I've been working from home so I could play on lunch and I didn't have to commute, so on and so forth, so that definitely helped. If I was going into the office, I would probably still be going for the platinum to this day. The first one was the 500,000 structures one, because I think I just fully focused it and like sped run the shit out of it. That was early March. Then on the 23rd of March, I got the full Explore trophy. I think my experience in platting Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, Far Cry Primal, Far Cry 5, Far Cry New Dawn, Far Cry 6 and Assassin's Creed Valhalla gave me that expertise in mapping out areas. Dear Lord, listing them out like that really depresses me. Can we stop with those mechanics, Ubisoft? Please, God, just innovate, man! But then, miraculously, on the 28th of March, 2023, something absolutely unheard of happened. I got the trophy for 1,000 play with others, and the 20,000 survivors on the same day, along with the platinum. just 2 hours apart. I don't know how the hell that happened. Maybe I prayed to Renegade Raider or something, but somehow I got those last 2 trophies on the same day, and finally I broke down in tears in front of my adorable cat Amber as the platinum popped. Over 5 years after starting the damn game, and over 4,000 hours on the game across all platforms. There you go. That was my journey. Thank you so much for reliving it with me. I hope it was hell, just like the Plat journey was. I hope you live in despair and agony like I do for the rest of time now. No, I kid. And I have mad respect for anyone else mad enough to go for this Plat. Like, please let me know if you do, you know, so I can send flowers to your loved ones. But yeah, like, as I said, I really grilled the game here, and, you know, this is about the platinum and the grind for it. But if you're not, you know, down for platinums, I still really recommend the game. There's a lot to go. There's a lot. It's really enjoyable gameplay. Again, I'm not sponsored. I swear, I'm not sponsored. I wish I was. That's probably never going to happen. But yeah, like, give it a try. You do have to pay for it, so it's not free to play like the Battle Royale is, sadly. But, you know, I definitely recommend it. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing this journey with me. I hope you found the video entertaining. I really poured my heart and soul out into this one. Even got a new microphone for this one. So yeah, hopefully it was good. And if it was and you did enjoy it, please do let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe, because I plan on doing a lot of platinum videos going forward, as well as just general gameplay stuff and gaming. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.